Margaret. Thank you so much for tuning in. Girl, I really didn't want to do this. But it's tea. It is piping hot tea. So I'm going to tell you this story about my crazy ex-boyfriend, Mr. Gambler, Mr. two-timer or five-timer. Yeah, let's go. Let's give him a name. We're gonna give him a name, girls. What's his name? His name's Bob, okay? So one day I was on a dating website and I was, scrolling, just looking at, the catch of the day. I wasn't really taking anything too seriously. I was going through a really deep, dark depression. Okay, so maybe I was kind of taking things seriously. I was scrolling and I was looking and I was looking. Some people caught my interest, some people didn't. And I got hit up by this person, Bob. Bob is about, I don't know, maybe like a few inches taller than me. Bob's like maybe 5'7". Bob's not tall. Okay, let's start there. Okay, so we're already starting off bad. Bob's not tall. Bob's a little gangster, a little bit. He's a little gangster. I like a little bit, but not, But we'll get there. He has a good swagger to him. I like the way he talks. He moves kind of cool. I like that a lot. He's hot to me. I mean, the height thing. I was still trying to get over that because I'm 5'5". I'm not trying to meet you right there. I need to be able to climb something. I need to look up to you. So we've established he's attractive. Okay. So fast forward to our first date. So he and I go to this restaurant that's not far away from either one of our houses. He drives there, I drive there, we meet up, okay? So initially, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, he has a cool vibe. Like, you always like that bad boy mentality, but like he's a little interesting. So he and I, we're eating, we're talking, we're having a good time. He's really good with conversation, And I'm, like I said, obviously I said it like 1,000 times, I'm really liking his vibe. So one thing that I noticed that was kind of really strange was the fact of like he just kept finicking with his shirt. He kept finicking with his shirt. I'm like, why does he keep messing with his shirt? So I asked him, I'm like, why are you messing with your shirt so much? And he's like, oh, I don't really fuck with wrinkles like that. Okay. And to me, I'm like, look, a wrinkle here, a wrinkle there. Like, girl, what am I going to do? I'm going to walk around with a steamer on me all day, burn my ass? Like, I really don't care about that kind of stuff. Like, I have to be honest. As long as it's clean, it's cool. And relatively wrinkle-free, okay? But I'm not, like, really finicky about that kind of stuff, right? Because you sit down, you move, things wrinkle. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Whatever. You're a little high maintenance, but, okay, cool. So he proceeds to tell me that this is his first actual date with a girl. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way in hell that this is your first date, given the way you move and everything like that. Like, nah, like I'm not really sure about that. He's like, yeah, I'm not the flowers in restaurant type of dog. I'm like, okay. And then in my mind, I'm like, okay, so what type of dog are you, right? We finish up at the restaurant. I'm still having a good time and everything because not everything on the first date is just going to go completely perfect. I don't know. In my experience, I've never seen that. So we go to the mall. And he's just kind of walking and he's like eye-gazing everything and he's not really saying much. And I asked him, I was like, yo, like, why do you keep like looking around like that? And he's like, oh, I'm just looking at what stores are populated and what stores aren't. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't like to shop when a lot of people are looking at me. Okie dokie. I'm like, okay, well, maybe he has some level of social anxiety or something like that. I'm not one to judge, so okay, sure. We're at the mall, we're at the food court, because it's later on in the day, and he's like, so, I got a question for you. I'm like, okay, what? He's like, are you down? Down for what, sir? And he's like, are you a down chick? I said, what does that mean in English, sir? And he starts laughing, the little He's like, okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say your boy, whether he's guilty or not, commits a crime and goes to jail. But the only way out of jail is if you fess up and you say you did the crime. Would you take an L for your boy? And this is the first date. Okay? We eating Subway at this point, okay? We at the mall, we eating Subway. He asked me straight up, would you take an L for your boy? I'm flabbergasted. Like, no, I wouldn't take an L for you. I don't even know you. The hell you mean take an L for my boy? You're not even my boy. We haven't even kissed. We haven't even held hands. This is the first date. But you want me to go to jail for you? Sure, Jan. So after I completely put that off, he starts laughing. And he's like hysterically laughing. And I'm like, what's so funny? He's like, I was just joking. I'm playing with you. I'm like, oh, I just don't understand your humor. Okay, all right. So we cool again. So time progresses and he and I actually start dating. So we start dating. We get to know each other and everything like that. And some things I'm like, but majority I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm lonely. Like, this will do for now. Like, okay, cool. So I'm putting up with a lot of stuff, all right? So one day, my friend hits me up. And she's like, hey, yo, show me a picture of that guy you're dating again. Because, you know, girls in the group chat, we all like to talk or whatever. And so I hit her personally up and I sent her a picture of us. Now, keep in mind, he never liked pictures of us out in public, which is very interesting to me. Like, I couldn't post a picture of us on the internet. I couldn't send pictures to my friends. Like, he wasn't cool with that. He just said he was somebody that didn't really fuck with social media or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So one day she's like, hey, do you mind sending me a picture? I'm like, okay, well, let me ask him because he doesn't like his pictures being sent out too much. And I already got in trouble with this one time in the group chat, which is why he and I had that conversation to begin with. And she's like, no, don't ask him. Just send it to me. I'm like, okay, cool. So I send her his picture. She sends me back an article that has his name on it and convicted felon next to it. I'm thinking to myself, holy shit. What have I got myself into? I don't want to get too descriptive because YouTube will knock my head off. Dude was like Walter White. Like, he was some big deal shit. So I'm looking at this article and I hit up Bob. And I'm like, hey, Bob, what's this? And he's like, hey, yo, how'd you find that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this is public information. What are you talking about? How'd I find it? Like, it's on the internet. Fuck you mean, how'd I find it? And he's like, nah, don't worry about that. I'm a changed person. I said, no, but you weren't honest with me about this. This is about 4 months of us dating. Like, you could have told me that you're a convicted felon. We get into this whole dispute about me not trusting him and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, bump this by. Like, yo, you a convicted felon. Like, you got shit piled on you. Your rap sheet is pages long. Like, yo, what the hell is this? He and I get into it, going back and forth. And then finally, he apologizes days later. And he's like, yo, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you about my past. He opens up to me. To me, in my naive mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be the start of something new. Yeah, working with your past is hard, so maybe that's why he didn't want to bring it up, because he didn't want me to judge him like I did on the phone when I blew up on him. Basically blaming myself for his actions, okay? So we get further into the relationship, and he starts asking me for money a lot. And I'm like, okay, I work for myself. I was only making like $9 an hour at the time, and I was working at a gym. So I'm like, okay, I really don't have that much to give you right now. He's like, okay, well, spot me this, spot me that, spot me whatever you got. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't have anything to give. Keep in mind, I was always driving this around. I was always buying us food. I was at his beck and call whenever he needed me. Okay, point blank, period. And now you want even more money out of me? No, you're already getting too much of my time. I'm not even taking care of myself. The answer is flat out no. He keeps pestering me, keeps pestering me. We get into another argument about money. We don't talk for a few weeks, and then later on we link up at the movies. So we're at the movies. We're at the AMC theaters by my house. And as we get to the ticket counter, he's like, oh, by the way, I don't have any money. What do you mean you don't have any money? So I'm about to go in front of the ticket counter lady, but I'm not trying to embarrass myself. So I'm like, man, fuck you. So I pay for it, whatever. All this time, all this energy, all this money that I've spent on this dickhead who doesn't even respect me, okay? We're sitting in the movie theater. Ding, ding, ding. First of all, your phone's supposed to be off, idiot. Second of all, I'm looking, and all I don't see the person's name, but I see a lot of hearts and all kind of shit, so I could tell that this is a female hitting him up. Who the fuck is this bitch? And he's like, no. Going in the movie theater, yelling at me, and you get a text from another and I just paid for this movie, and I lose it. I completely lose it. I've held you down. I didn't say shit about your past to anybody that I know. I kept my mouth shut. I paid for everything. Every fucking thing. And you hitting this other bitch up in the movie theater right next to me? You fucking dick. I'm the one that's at your beck and call all the fucking time? So I slapped him on the leg. I said, come on, bitch, let's go. He's like, nah, you ain't gotta be like that. You crazy, you crazy. Chill out, chill out. That's my sister. What you talking about your sister for? You don't have a sister. That's another bitch you're hitting up at my expense. At my expense, okay? Get the car before I leave you here. Uber wasn't popping then, but if it was, I would have just left his ass there and he could have Ubered his bitch ass back home. So I'm driving, I'm not talking to this dude, right? I'm driving. He's like, he's tapping me on the shoulder. He's like,
hey yo, you know, I'm sorry.
I'm not worrying about what you gotta say. Get the fuck out my car. I'm not dealing with you, period. So I pull up to this asshole's house. It was the longest 20 minutes of my life driving from the movie theater back to the house. So I pull up and everything, and I'm like, yo, get the fuck out. He's like, man, what you talk? Because usually we would sit in the car and we would talk after our outings that I would pay for, right? Dumbass alert, I know. So I pull up at the house. Get the fuck out. Take your little necklace that you gave me that I don't even need. This little AliExpress necklace. I chunked it at him. Get the fuck. He's like, fuck your car, I don't need you. Blah, blah, blah. I say, yeah, okay, you don't need me. But literally every day you call me talking about how much you need me. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord spit you, bitch. Get out. So I'm pulling off. Okay, I'm leaving the house. And I see a silhouette running after my car. Like a lab rat, right? Running, gunning for my car. With a pink brick in his right hand. And he is about to try to shatter my back windshield because I had an SUV at the time. So I look back, I realize what he's about to do, and I peel off. I peel off without even thinking. So I get home and I get a text. And the text said, yeah, bitch, but next time you ain't gonna outrun me. Yeah, I will. I look at that, I send a big F, like F, like I send a big F you to him, and I block him. Why I didn't just leave this dickhead alone after that, girl, I don't know, but I hate myself so much, girl. So about 5 months later, okay, this is a whole span of like a year going through this, right? I get a call from a number I don't know, so I let her go to voicemail because I don't know the number. And in the voicemail, it's saying, hey, babe, this Bob, you know,
I'm sorry about how things left off, you know, I've got therapy, I'm getting right, you know what I'm saying? I miss you because you really held me down and you held me accountable, and I really appreciate how you hustle for me.
And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't hustle for you. Oh, you're talking about the money. Cool. Yeah, I did that for you, 100%. So I, being the nice, stupid person that I was, text him back and I said, hey, just got your voicemail. I'm happy to know that you got therapy. I'm happy to know you're getting right. That sounds good. Keep positive strides going for you, and you will find somebody that will treat you just how I treated you. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I treated that asshole too good for his own good, okay? I treated that asshole too good for what I received. So he hits me back and he's like, yeah, but I really need you. I miss you, blah, 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 blah. You know, that whole spiel, I'm lost without you. I just want to hurt myself. You know, all that dumb shit, girl. You've heard it before, I'm sure. It's literally in the Feel Bad For Me handbook these dudes have, okay? And yeah, I fell for it again, right? So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, we can link up as friends and all that kind of stuff, but, you know, that's as far as this is going. He's like, please, I need you, blah, blah. I said, nah, friends, and that's it. He's like, okay, so you're putting your foot down. I said, I am solidly putting my foot down. This is all it's going to be. So we hung out a couple times, maybe about 3 times or whatever. Nothing happened. We were just literally just friends, having casual conversation, talking. I saw some changes in him, some things I still didn't like, but it was whatever because we were just friends at this time. Nothing that was really like affecting me as if I was his girlfriend, okay? So this had to be maybe 3 weeks out of us hanging out again, okay? And I still had no wants to be with this dude. Let's call it what it is. I had no wants to be with this dude. So I get a call from a female. So I'm like, hello, who's this? And she's like,
is this Margaret?
yes, who's this?
This is Janet, and you need to stop playing with my baby daddy.
Girl, who you calling like that? I don't even know who your baby daddy is. So she proceeds to tell me that Bob is her baby daddy, and she had their son 5 months ago. Now you do the math. 5 months ago is when he and I finally had enough of his shit and I broke off with him, right? So she had the baby 5 months ago. So that means she was pregnant during the whole duration of him and I being together. So I call asshole and I'm like, hey bitch, your girlfriend just called me and she's talking about this baby. And he's like,
Yeah, man, but you know, that's old shit. That's old shit.
I'm like, what you mean that's old stuff? That's your kid. That is your child. What you mean that's old stuff? Come to find out, after her and I keep texting, because now we're cool, because she realizes I'm not the other woman, that he was playing the both of us. All that money that I was giving him was going to her. He lied about having a job and was taking my money to support her during her pregnancy and the baby. So I was paying for this man's child with another woman that didn't even know about me, and I didn't even know this baby existed. Girl. What? This dude played me for a whole year. Had me be the finances for this girl and this baby. And she didn't know about me, I didn't know about her, and this child I didn't even know existed. Needless to say, after that, I burn, block, buy, no. He was eradicated from my life. He was eradicated from my life. I sent her with blessings on her way to. The child now is, I think, if this is, 5, 6 years old now? But whew, what a story. Yeah, that happened. Moral of the story, know your worth and add tax. And don't subtract for anybody else, especially idiots like that. I learned my lesson. I'm happily married now. This is just a fun story to tell. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this crazy story. My life it's been a lot. But I'm so happy that you guys enjoyed this story. Please let me know down in the comments if you want to hear any other crazy stories, because I have a lot. I really do. And not all of them are MLM or men-based. Trust me. Homegirl's been through a lot. But I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay. Ooh. Lip gloss break, bitch. Oh my god. Oh, I asked. Oh no. Okay, intro. Hello. I got my husband's here. Do I keep going?